the signals, goes back to throw. Now looks to take off and run. Elway inside the 10 and dives over the 5-yard line. Great play. Great play by John Elway. Just phenomenal.
Check swing roller. Tulowitzki. Colorado's the National League champion.
Jokic has to put it up. Falling away, puts it up. Bang! Nikola Jokic knocks it down. His foot was on the line. A two-pointer. What a shot.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into Talkin BS with your host Zamora. Follow me on Twitter as ZamoraBSB. Thank you for joining me today. Always appreciate you. Make sure you go and follow at BoxDayBoys303 for any updates to the show, anything going on. It's going to get tweeted out there on Instagram, on TikTok, all that stuff at BoxDayBoys303.
.65% overall and 4 of 7 on threes. Strother fires. You like that a little better, Nick?
That was a much better shot. That last one, and shoot a floater.
Now another long three. That one's short. And the Nuggets come up with it. Strother, can he make 2 in a row? He does.
Michael Porter Jr. lobs it over to Jackson.
You're not going to
Hard bounce inside and a slam for Peyton Watson. And nothing. Here comes Murray. Feeds it back up top. Strother, is the flame still lit? It is. Man, this guy is cooking. Inside to Murray. Looked at Capella, didn't like it. Gives it to Porter. It's the Jokic rebound, and it is Murray on the slam. That second quarter when Denver won the period 37-26. Stop the clock, Garrison. Jokic. KCP, lob to Gordon. Still 3 minutes to go. 2:50 to be exact in the quarter. And Brown with the slam. Naji.
Yeah, that's the shot you want. Now you got to make him pay for the big guy taking a tough shot.
Murray rejected. 108-93. Jackson again, boy.
Man.
DJ to Clint. No whistle. And the Nuggets throw it away.
Final seconds of this opening quarter. DeRozan. Oh, that's blocked by Watson. Excellent job by Peyton Watson. Did not bite on the initial pump.
All 7 of them.
You got Julian Phillips guarding Julian Strother. You got Jordan with a spectacular finish on that Jackson feed.
Oh, my goodness.
But he is out tonight, and Jokic ejected late in the second quarter.
Warm it up.
Gordon inside, an angry dunk. Against Gordon, find Williams. Lost it on the way to the rim.
Spacing that time wasn't very good.
Congested. Jackson. Vucevic came closing out, but boy, Reggie Jackson is on fire.
21. 2 points to get.
Pick and roll, Jackson, Jordan. Nobody's there to follow it. And a timeout from Billy Donovan.
Watford off the mark. Jokic scoops it over to Peyton Watson. Nuggets on the run. Watson trying to blow by. Oh, a nice Euro step in the finish. Wow. Pass in deep. Claxton Oh, and DeAndre Jordan sends it back. Claxton got it back. Now Thomas knocks it in. Finney chased off the three-point line. Another missed layup by the Nets. They run sharp, no. Give it to Porter. Oh, what a pass by the Nets. They run sharp, no. Give it to Porter. Oh, what a pass. And AG with the reverse.
Unselfish play by Michael. Looked at the roll guy at all.
Yeah. Pass underneath, and Gordon drops it in. 39 points, fewest Denver's allowed in the game since January 5th. Neither team played well in that second quarter. Where the Nuggets are making hay is the bench scoring. Another deflection, steal. Murray's got it. Nuggets bench out scoring. The Nets bench, nice pass inside. 17-2 was allowing just 64 points through three quarters so far. Now Reggie Jackson's in the lane. Jackson's in the lane. Now Reggie Jackson's in the lane. Oh, Watson.
Put Michael Blow like they just talked about.
Ball is deflected. Rebound available. Christian Brown bounces in. Here he goes. The Jayhawk. It's the Jayhawk. It's the Jayhawk. It's the Troy to locker room report coming up soon. Zeke Najee, he'll shoot a three. And Zeke knocks one in. So everybody getting into the act here. Fans are mad at him. And he's hearing it from the Boo Birds. Porter for three. Got it. He's going to be key tonight if they're sagging in on Jokic. Jokic going to try it again. They triple team him for a moment. Murray over to Porter. And he rocks the Casbah. And off to Porter. Had 10 points in the first half. They lead him wide open. And he nails it.
Man, that's not good defense by Oklahoma City.
OKC 12 in the paint. Oh, Murray was open. Completely missed him. Now Murray bumped, put it up, and in! Hasn't been a huge factor tonight. Now Gordon underneath to Christian, who puts it away! Breaker. It is. Jokic has it, three to shoot. He's going to take a three. Top of the key. Got it! The Nuggets by 5 here. Gordon, give it to Porter. Oh, Porter throws it down.
Deadly shooter from the corner. Let me drive baseline and dunk on you.
And Murray says, let's set it up. Big play here. Murray pulls the trigger. Got it! Oh, Thunder has it. 8 seconds remaining. Nuggets by 1. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on the dribble drive. Turn, shoot, got it.
So we had a good week. Of course, yesterday lost to Oklahoma City in a very close game, but overall a good week, right? We went 3-1. We had some very good wins, and that Brooklyn game is one of my favorite games I've seen from them in a while, probably since the playoffs last year. Yeah, they just look really good right now. They kind of got their mojo back. Jamal's coming back to form. I know he kind of had a bad game last night, and it's still fresh, but bear with me. It's Jamal Murray, all right? It's good. He's going to be all right. I just wanted to kind of take a moment to think about Jokmas, right? I just wanted to compare and contrast every season's Jokmas, right? And the schedule leading up to it. So I looked back at it in 2021. They were 14-14, had just lost to Minnesota. So they were 500 at that time. In 2022, they were 17-10. And this year, by the time Jokmas came, they were 17-9. In 2022, they immediately went on a 5-game winning streak and then followed that by going 16-2 until January 20th. You know, that's how that turned out. In 2021, they stayed about 500 until they had a short winning streak in late January. The Nuggets, they get through this stuff. It happens, right? I mean, we went 14-14 one year. Last year, we had around the same record as we do right now. We actually had the exact same record. we were 17-10 and we won the NBA championship. So I know we had kind of a rough start to the season, but by now we should be used to this. So I was thinking about what's actually going to be kind of like a fun episode, right? And another thing going on right now is a lot of MVP talk and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? Nobody's doing this. Let's do an update on all the awards going on right now. Basically, what I did is I went through and I looked it up on, I believe, DraftKings and saw the best betting odds on those. So I got a list of all those guys. What I wanted to do is kind of give a prediction of like who's going to win, right? Who's currently winning, right? Who has the best odds going on right now, and maybe a case for a different person here or there, and who's in the actual race. Another little aspect I wanted to kind of throw in is, do any of the Nuggets have any chance of getting into any of these conversations? So that's what I went through. I wanted to hold off on the MVP until the end because I believe that is the most important award there is. So let's just start here with Coach of the Year. Okay. Right now, Coach Mark Dagnall of the Oklahoma City Thunder is number one. He is the favorite to win Coach of the Year right now. Thunder are the number 2 team in the West at 16-8. He deserves some respect for the development of these young guys. They finished 40-42 last year. They went 24-58 the year before that. Last year, he finished up as the runner-up. They're on pace to have a 50-plus win season this year. So, that's the argument for him. Chris Finch is at number 2. He is coaching the Timberwolves. They are number 1 in the West at 19-5. You can kind of credit him for Anthony Edwards' leap this year. He just won Coach of the Month for the beginning part of the season. Minnesota sits on atop the standings despite navigating the 13th hardest schedule and managing a handful of injuries to key rotation players in October and November. Anthony Edwards has missed a game, Jaden McDaniels has missed 7 games, and Jordan McLaughlin has missed 13 games. Coach Malone, I wanted to throw him a shout out on there because I do believe he has a reasonable case. The Nuggets are 17-10, number 4 in the West. We have 6 guys averaging double-digit points. The bench development is looking really good so far. The fact that all the guys, they're buying into that role. AG came in from being a number 1 guy or, possibly number 2 kind of on nights. Being a main guy in Orlando and coming here and becoming like the 4th guy, 5th guy, sometimes 3rd guy, accepting that. MPJ accepting his role. Jamal Murray, Jokic even is accepting his role. Like he coached everybody on this team to accept their roles and including the young guys, right? A lot of guys with as much talent as a Peyton Watson would come in and be like, no, like I'm a featured player. I want to, another Bones Highland situation. And, he's bought in so far and he's played great and he knows that we're going to need him if we're going to win another championship. So I just wanted to shout out Malone. I believe he was I think he's 5th in the odds right now. Okay, 6th man of the year. Austin Reeves right now, I believe he is the favorite. He is averaging 14, 5, and 5 on 47, 36, 86 splits. So 47% from the field, 36% from 3, 86 from the free throw line. He's having a pretty good year. 14, 5, and 5 is a good year. But what's crazy is the 6th man of the year thing. The race for this is very deep this year. Right here, I have 6 guys that all have reasonable cases. So number 2 right now is Tim Hardaway Jr. He's averaging 17 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. He's on 42, 39, 88 splits. So he's not as efficient as everybody else, especially from the field. But he's a knockdown shooter. He hits his free throws, and he's putting up buckets for the Mavericks. Cole Anthony at 15, 4, and 4. He's doing the same thing, right? 46, 38, 84 splits. Could bump his shooting up a little bit there, or his long ball. But other than that, he's doing great. Malik Monk in here at 14, 5, and 2. 44, 43, 90 splits. Monk is a beast, bro. 44, 43, 90 splits. That man is shooting 43% from 3. And he gets volume, man. 14 points a game. Reggie Jackson, 14, 5, and 2 as well. So Reggie Jackson is actually averaging the exact same stats as Malik Monk. He's actually shooting more efficiently from the field, a little bit less efficiently from 3, and less efficiently from the line. 50, 41, and 70. So, I mean, Reggie has a case, man. To me, if it was me, Hardaway Jr., I think he might be the favorite right now in my eyes. I do think Austin Reeves is probably going to end up winning it, especially if he does stay coming off the bench. All right, let's get into most improved player. We got Tyrese Maxey. He is the favorite right now. Last year, this is his jump. He went from 20 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds, 48 from the field, 43 from 3, and 84 from the line, right? To this year, he's averaging 26 points, 4 boards, 7 assists, 46, 40, 89. So he went up 6 points per game, 4 assists per game. He's become a bit more inefficient, but he's still a very efficient shooter. He's 40% from 3. I mean, he's efficient. And he became even more efficient from the line. Then you got Alperen Şengün, 14, 9, and 4, 55, 33, 71 splits. Okay. This year, averaging 20 points, 9 boards, 5 assists on 52, 31, 67 splits. So he is a little bit more inefficient. This is what happens when you add volume, but he's averaging 20 points a game now as opposed to 14, and he's averaging another assist. Tyrese Halliburton, last year averaging 20 points, 4 rebounds, 10 assists, and was on 49, 40, 87 splits. This year, he's averaging 26, 4, and 12 on 51, 44, 88 splits. Like 2% more on free throw. He's a 50, 40, 90 guy, averaging 26 and 12. That is nuts, man. Tyrese Halliburton is that dude. Yeah, his point per game average went up by 6 points. He became more efficient as opposed to less efficient. Dropped the turnovers down. Tyrese Halliburton, big jump from him this year. Scotty Barnes, he's an honorable mention in this. 15, 7, and 5 on 46, 28, 77 splits, up to 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists on 49, 40. Typo. Is that 90? He might be from 90 from the free throw line. I'm not sure. But either way, Kobe White, 10, 3, and 3 on 44, 37, 87, right? 10, 3, and 3. He was just like a normal bench guy. Now he's averaging 17, 4, and 5 on 45, 43, 82 splits. So he became a little bit more efficient, definitely more efficient from the three-point line, averaging more points, more assists, and more rebounds. So just shout out Kobe White. Me, I'm going with Halliburton, man. To me, he could be in the MVP discussion. I wouldn't be mad at it. Tyrese Maxey is definitely there too. It's close. Şengün, he deserves mention too, but that's an interesting race. That really is. So, if anything, let me know in the comments. Hit me up in the comments. That's one I really want to discuss with some people is like, who's going to win that MIP? That's a close, good race this year. So Rookie of the Year is a bit of a shallow race. We're going to keep it to 3 main ones, right? You got Chet Holmgren, Victor Wembanyama, and Jaime Jaquez. Chet is averaging 17 points, 8 boards, 2 assists, a little more than 2.5 blocks, and almost a full steal. He's on 52, 37, 87 splits. So he's a good, efficient shooter, and he's getting 30 minutes a game, right? 30 minutes a game, 17 points, like almost 3 blocks. Like he's doing great. Wemby, 19, 11, and 3, almost 3 blocks, 1.3 steals, 43, 79, 28 splits, averaging 30 minutes a game as well. You can see he's on a rough team. He has to carry a lot of the load. And he's doing a pretty good job. Like, granted, they're losing, but that's not because of him. He's lifting them to those wins. Then we got Jaime Jaquez, right? Good mention in there. He's averaging 13, 4, and 3, 0.2 blocks, and 1 steal a game on 51, 39, 86 splits. And he's getting almost 30 minutes a game. He's about 26 and a half. Defensive Player of the Year. So this is one I've argued about before. But then the guy I was pining for got hurt. So Rudy Gobert, he is the favorite right now. He has the lowest defensive rating in the league at 101.6. He's averaging 2.4 blocks a game and just more than a half a steal a game and 12 rebounds a game, right? Rebounding is defense. So that's big. Number 1 in defensive rating and by a wide margin too. He's up by I think 3 or 4 points on everybody else. And on top of that, the Wolves are the number 1 defense in the league. So, Rudy looks like he might be getting his 4th year as long as he stays healthy and on this path. Anthony Davis is in number 2, 5th in defensive rating at 105.7, 2.6 blocks a game, 1.1 steal a game, 12.8 rebounds a game. So great year for AD too, man. Like 5th in defensive rating is nothing to sneeze at, right? He's like a point behind second place. I forgot who it was, but he's like a point behind second place. He's like, or maybe even half a point. Like the 2nd through like 6th, I think it is like super close. So he's almost second place, averaging more blocks a game, more steals a game, more rebounds a game. And then the Lakers are 8th in defensive rating, so it's still good. Brook Lopez, he is up there as well. Right now, I think he's 3rd in the odds. He's getting 3 blocks a game, so he deserves some mention. This guy, goddamn, this bugs me, man. He averages 4.8 rebounds a game. This guy is like 7-1. Bucks are 21st in defensive rating, by the way. So, a lot of this does weigh on. Quick mention, just wanted to shout out Drew Holiday and Derek White. Both guys have been playing really well. To be honest, like Derek White might even be doing better than Drew right now. He's having a hell of a season. And the Celtics are 4th in defensive rating. Wemby and Chet, throw those 2 guys in there. I think they have stellar defensive numbers. Like, you can't be mad at either of those guys either. So just some quick shout outs for them guys. And as far as Nuggets, man, I think you could add either KCP or AG into this conversation. AG's at a 114.2 defensive rating. He's averaging a steal a game and a little more than a little more than half block a game. KCP's defensive rating is at 115.8, and he's averaging 1.5 steals and a half a block a game. Now, the fun stuff. MVP. You know who I'm going with. So we'll start at the bottom. Giannis has the 5th best odds. He's at 31.5 points a game, 10.5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.5 blocks, 1.5 steals, 63, 23, 67 splits. Giannis is a beast. Everybody knows this. SGA, 30.5 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, 6.5 assists, almost a full block, and 2.7 steals a game. I believe he leads the league in steals. And 54, 32, 91 splits. Needs to learn how to shoot better, but it is what it is. Luka Doncic, 32.5 points a game, 8.5 rebounds a game, 9 assists a game, half a block, 1.3 steals, and 49, 38, 80 splits. Embiid, 34.5 points, 11.5 rebounds, 6 assists, almost 2 blocks, 1 steal, 53, 34, 89 splits. Then we got the MVP, Nikola Jokic, 27 points, 12.5 rebounds, 9.5 assists, almost a full block, 1.2 steals, 54, 30, 79 splits. He had a little rough patch. We all know this. And he's being discounted for it a lot on this. So if you look, I believe on the Kia MVP ladder for NBA, I believe Embiid is one. There's a lot of places that have him one. At the end of the day, I will say right now, I would give it to Doncic personally. He's just been consistent all year, like really, really, really good all year. Embiid, dude, he ducks people. Like, he ducks good teams, he ducks good players, he ducks good opposition. So just there is no discount to you, Luka Doncic. As much as you want to diminish that case against Embiid, it's still a case. He doesn't play against the good competition. So as of right now, I would give it to Doncic if I had a vote, but I believe Jokic is going to win the MVP by the end of the year. So yeah, hopefully you guys like some of those picks. Man, I'm super interested in that most improved player award, that 6th man of the year. There's a lot. I think the cool thing about 6th man of the year award this year is that it shows there is so much talent in the league right now. There's not a guy right now that's averaging like 20 points a game or anything off the bench, like Lou Williams or Jamal Crawford or something back in the day, or even like Lamar Odom, right, where he was just like did everything type guy. There's a lot of really good players though There's a lot of really good scorers and bucket getters, good passers, good defenders off benches. I do wish that the Six Man of the Year award kind of took defense more into consideration too. Have maybe Herb Jones or something, right? Because I believe Herb is coming off the bench. To have somebody like that, of course he would have to put up better numbers than he does, but still like to consider that a little bit more. With that said, let's get into next week's look ahead. Monday, December 18th, at home versus the Dallas Mavericks. It's a late night game, starts at 9 p.m. on NBA TV. Luka and Jokic, Ball Arena. Does much else need to be said? The Nuggets are 3-2 in their last 5 meetings versus Dallas, one of the last 2. Our last game was played November 3rd, and the Nuggets won 125-114 behind Jokic's near triple-double, 33, 14, and 9. Meanwhile, Luka had his own near triple-double with 34, 10, and 8. The Nuggets out-rebounded Dallas 51-34, and MBJ was the second leading scorer with 24 and 9 boards. The Mavs won 5 out of 6, with the only loss being to Minnesota on Thursday. They're getting big contributions from Tim Hardaway Jr. this year off the bench. 25 points against Portland on Saturday. So look for CB or PWAT to try to take him on defensively off that bench. Wednesday, December 20th, Toronto Raptors in Toronto. It is a 7:30 p.m. tip-off. Will be aired on Altitude. The Toronto Raptors are 10-15. They are led by Pascal Siakam at 20 points per game and most improved player candidate Scotty Barnes. Denver is 3-2 in the last 5, dating back to the April of 2021. The last game against Toronto was a 125-110 loss after a big fourth quarter from Toronto and good defense on Jokic and Murray, who finished as a -20 in that game. They are a really bad three-point shooting team, but in the last game, they shot 40% from 3. Cannot let that happen again. Big changes since then. They no longer employ Jakob Poeltl or Fred VanVleet, who had 36 against us in that last game. I'm excited. I want to see AG take on that Scotty Barnes or Pascal Siakam assignment and see how well he does, because I think that's a good matchup for that guy. It's interesting to see, if Scotty Barnes is really going to do as good as everybody says. Friday, December 22nd in Brooklyn. Brooklyn tries to get their get back on us. 7:30 p.m. on NBA TV. Denver goes into Brooklyn, take on the Nets after whooping them earlier this week. The Nuggets have won 4 of their last 5 against Brooklyn, with the last win coming March 12th, 2023. The Nets are just a really bad matchup for the Nuggets, man. Nick Claxton is not built to defend Nikola Jokic. They have a bunch of wing defenders, and, I think personally, I believe that last game we had against him was like the most quintessential game we could have against them. It was like Nikola Jokic was just too big for Nick Claxton. AG was just too big for like O'Neal and whoever else was guarding him. Mikal Bridges did a good job of defending MPJ, and and all those wing guys, they kept MPJ from really scoring because they have a bunch of good wing defenders, and then just nobody else got off. KCP kept Dinwiddie in trouble most of the game. Jamal just got to go off. They're just like the worst matchup for us. The Nets will also be playing us on the second night of a back-to-back again. They were playing us on a back-to-back. They are 13-11. By the time we play them, it'll probably be 14-11 because they have to play Detroit. And they are currently actually one of the best teams. This is actually surprising. They're one of the best teams in three-point percentage points, and they're number 1 in rebounds. They're also being led in scoring by Cam Thomas at 23, almost 24 points per game. So they're very surprising. Cam Thomas is actually their leading scorer, and they're the number 1 rebounding team in the league. I would have never guessed that. Saturday, December 23rd at Charlotte to take on the Hornets. 7 p.m. will be aired on Altitude. Denver is taking on LaMelo Ball, averaging 25 points per game and 8 assists, and Terry Rozier averaging 23 points per game. Denver is 4-5 in their last 5 against Charlotte, with the last game being held on February 11th, 2023. Jokic did finish that game with 36, 16, and 10 triple-double. He will be guarded by Mark Williams, the second-year man out of Duke. He's got the size to contest with Jokic. I don't know if he's really had any time against him last year. I want to say he matched up with him, but not for very long, because I'm pretty sure he was on the bench last year. Charlotte is 7-17 so far, and is on the bottom half of nearly every statistical category that matters besides free throw percentage and offensive rebounding. They are 2-7 in their last 9 games. Denver should have their way with this team, to be honest. They don't have a ton of size for Jokic and AG. Their front court is Mark Williams and PJ Washington, and they're pretty big guys. Like, I'm not going to act like they're small or anything, but they're just not great matchups. Brandon Miller will be one to watch out for. Hopefully he's healthy by then. You never know, but should be fun. With that said, you guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys watching this and checking this out. If you can, please, before you guys go, hit the like button for me. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe. If you are subscribed, hit the bell, right? So you get an update every time one of the new episodes drops. Shortly after this, I always drop clips of the week, and it has its own separate video. So if you're just, wanting to check out what's going on, or you have a homie that's like, hey, I haven't been watching basketball, can you catch me up? You could just send them, clips of the week back, bam. There you go. It's nice and color-coded for you. If it's a white background, you know that they won the game. If it's a black background, you know that they lost. It's just meant to keep people up with the Nuggets that, don't have the time in the day to watch all the games like us sickos and weirdos and diehards. Love you guys. Bye.